welcome to another video. So this is Dinosaurs and Mysteries. So this video is about a cryptid creature or cryptid creatures, alleged obviously. So this is more based on sea cryptids or alleged sea monsters, sea creatures. So I've done a video on Loch Ness Monster before. I do have a tablet here because there are little bits of information that I might need to revert to. So yes, I have done a video on Loch Ness Monster, which is obviously a very infamous cryptid. It's up there with Bigfoot. I'm quite passionate about Loch Ness Monster. It's one of the first cryptids I ever got into and discovered. But however, over the years, there have been more cryptids, more things, more sightings, more videos, more documentaries, etc. And this is particularly about a sea monster or an alleged sea monster that's in a lake in Florida. Now, I believe it's Lake Worth. Now, this did feature on an episode of MonsterQuest back in 2009. And I've recently rewatched this because it was in my head, and I wasn't sure if I saw it on MonsterQuest or a different documentary. And I managed to find it. It's on the episode Sea Monsters, Season 3, Episode 10. Now, MonsterQuest for some people might not be the best thing in terms of trying to find real evidence for cryptids, but I loved it since I was little, and I rewatch it. So I rewatched that episode because I've been thinking about a lot of marine based and sea like cryptids and unknown, because there's tons of them. I mean, especially in America, like loads of different lakes and rivers and lagoons have their own like sightings of a strange sea creature or sea monster. Now, a lot of these can be, narrowed down to mistaken identity, or it's just a pattern in the water, or it's the leftover of when a boat leaves, kind of like a wave that lasts for a long time. But in this one, they actually had video evidence of this strange creature. Now, I believe it was at Lake Worth. They didn't name it in the show, but on the internet, I've looked up and it keeps coming up as Lake Worth. So I believe that's where it is. They didn't disclose it on the documentary because they didn't want people to go there and disturb the animal. Now, this, in terms of evidence for an alleged cryptid, it's probably one of the best videos I've ever seen. Now, this could be a known animal that's just in a strange place somewhere where it's not usually spotted. However, even when we get evidence of an alleged cryptid, the video is usually awful. Very low quality, you can barely make out what's in it, and the same if a photograph is taken as well. But this is clear as day, and you can actually see the features of the animal. You can see a tail, you can see a head, you can see a flipper. So this was in my mind one of the best pieces of evidence in terms of someone capturing something on camera to then put it forward as an unknown creature. So this is, a lot of people say this could be a manatee. Now, I've looked at it and it's very, very possible it could be a manatee. So it has a trident tail, which manatees don't have. However, a lot of experts say that manatees do sometimes get hit by boats and the propellers injure the tails to give it a trident, and it gives it a trident effect look. However, there is a part of the video where it rears its heads up out of the water, and the head is more like a seal than it is a manatee, but the rest of its build, they did like kind of from the parts of the body, the anatomy that they caught on camera, some scientists did a reconstruction of this animal to show what it looks like, and it looked like a cross between a manatee and a seal. And one expert said in the video there was more than one animal. This was a marine, a marine animal expert. So when it bobs its head up, it does look like a seal, but the rest of it does look very similar to a manatee from what you see in the actual video anyway. So what do I think it is? I think it's very possible that it could be an injured manatee. However, I'm in two minds of whether this could be an unknown creature. So it could be a cryptid. What do I mean by cryptid? Because that we all use the word cryptid. So it could be an animal that's not known to science. It could be something in between a seal and a manatee. Or it could just be a manatee that just has been injured. But then how would you describe that very seal-looking head? It's just fascinating. It's stuck with me for a while. The last few weeks I've been thinking of that video, and it took me ages to figure out where I saw it from. It was on this MonsterQuest episode, and then I saw it on YouTube again. And it just got me thinking of cryptids in the water. There must be so many of them. And not just in terms of cryptids, in terms of creatures we don't know about yet. I mean, how deep and vast are the oceans? And some lakes and lochs, like the Loch Ness, is it's thousands of feet deep. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've did my Loch Ness monster video, but it's one of the deepest lochs in the world. So who knows what's down there? And sometimes the things that we don't know about don't have to be monsters. They could just be undiscovered animals. But I think we live in an age now where some people, even the thought of an undiscovered species is outrageous. And a lot of these people do have reasons, but how are we supposed to discover new animals if people won't believe that it could be possible? Because some people call them cryptids and some people call them sea monsters, for example. But what else are they supposed to call it when they can't identify it? I just wanted to put that out there whilst I was doing this video. So yeah, if you've not seen it, if you look for trident tail monster in Florida Lake, or Florida sea monster with trident tail on YouTube, this video will come up. Or you could watch the MonsterQuest video, which is season 3 episode 10. It's called Sea Monsters, and it's about just this sea monster. And it just, it stuck with me, and I rewatched it, and I just had to make a video about it. And like I said, I think in terms of cryptids, I think the sea is probably the best place for unknown, undiscovered species and what we would describe as monstrous creatures, because we don't know what they are. They're strange to us. We don't recognize them. So that brings in fear. That brings in a sense of, when you don't understand something, it's strange and taboo and bizarre. And to some people, it's a joke, because like that can't be there. Oh, there's no such thing as monsters. It's like, okay, what if there isn't such thing as monsters? There is a such thing as undiscovered animals, or this is a different video, or you never know. There could be some kind of I don't want to say a different dimension, but we could see its potential in certain parts of the world at certain times. You could see animals that this is more sort of a supernatural, paranormal side of it now, which would make them cryptids, definitely, where you could see something that is from a different dimension or a different realm or a different time. That's one theory I've heard as well. But in my opinion, especially with the sea monsters, there's probably hundreds of species of fish, whales, sharks, things that we wouldn't even know what group to categorize it in. Many of them that probably haven't been discovered and probably won't be discovered for years. But some people get glimpses of them and get these little small windows where they see something, and this could well be an undiscovered species or animal. So I believe that some cryptids are undiscovered species, but I think some cryptids are also sort of the more supernatural, more paranormal. But yeah, please go watch that MonsterQuest video or search for the video on YouTube. After I've uploaded this video, I will go back and put the link in for the video of the Florida river monster with the trident tail, so you can have a look at it for yourself. Most of you might think, oh yeah, it's a manatee with an injured tail, but my point was that in terms of someone coming forward and saying an alleged cryptid, the video quality was really good and very close as well. It wasn't pixelated, zoomed in, and you can't really make out if it's a log or if it's just a wake in the wave. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. British Dinosaurs Part 2, I'm going to be filming it on Monday, and it should be up by Tuesday. And I have plans for other cryptid videos. I'm going to go really old school with the cryptids that really got me, that I was obsessed with when I was younger, like vampires and werewolves, proper folklore, mythology, supernatural creatures. So I'm going to do like a video on vampires. I've got loads of books on vampires, like not fictional ones, like proper books about the history of vampires, but they're not they're somewhere else. I need to get hold of them, so it'd be good to have them to like do a show and tell kind of thing and talk about vampires. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, press the like button. I also, hence the title of this channel, Dinosaurs and Mysteries. I have loads of dinosaur videos. I'm obsessed with dinosaurs, the more paleontological side of it. So if you like dinosaurs, go check out my dinosaur videos as well. And photography as well. I cover photography. I love doing photography. So if you like any of that, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.